Alright, what is up, people? Right now I'm just going to do a little review on the Blade 350QX. It's been out for a while. I'm just going to, after having it for so long, I'm just going to give you my opinion on it and, the few mods that I did. Alright, let's get started. Let's slide this, we'll see some chicken, huh? George Foreman, baby. George Foreman grill. That's how we do chicken around here. Alright, so with this quad, I think it flies great. It's definitely a good little quad. People had problems with the props breaking in flight. I actually caught one of the A props when this quad first came out. When I first got it back in September, I actually found a crack on it when I was just checking them out on the ground. So thank God it didn't break in flight. But Horizon Hobby addressed it, came out with the B props. People are still saying that they're breaking. Really, the props I think are just cheesy. They do have a lot of pop, they do fly good, but they could have did better on the props. I'm sure they're cheap as hell to make. If you're gonna put this quad up into the $400 range and put some cheesy ass fucking props on it, at least make them fly better than they do or not break as easy. You can buy some CNC small parts, adapters. They came out with some adapters for the motors, and then you could just buy props that'll fit those adapters. Other than that, I'm gonna stick with the B props for now. I just check them every now and then. As you can see on the battery door, I did a little mod. It's just some Velcro. Put two pieces on the side, and then got my little line strap. That's just, sometimes the battery door looks like it wants to pop off. So just in case, I don't want that happening in flight, it'll keep the battery door down. Especially if you crash. I had one crash where it flew about 100 feet, and luckily I found it, so I won't be having that problem no more. The camera mount, let's get into that. The camera mount's cool. I put a couple pieces of fishing string. You can see it up there on the right side, bottom, and left side top. Just so if you crash, it won't go flying off, but it does work okay. You can see I got my LEDs on here too. I just bought these from Gorilla Bob's. They were $20, plug and play, no soldering at all. Cut them down to the length you want. It's literally just a couple JST plugs. I drilled a couple holes for the back. The two up top I just put through these vents up here. You can't see now because the camera mount is covering, but there's vents under there. I just slid them through there. And then it has a balance port you plug into the battery. Simple as that. That's way better to fly at night. Because the lights that the quad came with, they were bright, but wasn't enough light to actually go out far and, fly. So, LEDs are definitely, I definitely like them. Now, moving on, there's this guy on Heli Freak. His name is Indoor Heli. Good guy, Ivan. He came out with this new mode. He calls it Stagility. Stability and agility combined. It's fucking badass. Basically, works for DX6i radios and up. Basically, you just put some values into the remote. You flip into agility mode. This is good for beginners because beginners won't even attempt the agility mode. I mean, this thing flips quick as hell when doing a flip. Very touchy in agility. So now you can actually go into agility, or this stability mode, stagility, and basically you do a flip, let go of the stick, and as soon as the stick hits center, you're in stability mode. So right here, you're in agility, the light is red, you let go, it goes to blue, stability. That's awesome. So as soon as you let go of the stick after flipping, it self-levels. That's badass. So if you guys, with the DX5Es, you really can't do nothing about that. You can't program the radio, so this is for people with a DX6i and up. What else can we cover about this quad? Oh, the compass. If you're having like weird erratic flight, I suggest recalibrating it. It's easy to do. I always do mine after about 10 flights or so, just for good measure, and it flies great. For the people with interference with the GoPro, Blade labeled this quadcopter as GoPro compatible. In my eyes, it is definitely not compatible. You can fly with a GoPro, no problem, but with GPS off, but a lot of people want the GPS, so it's just a no-go. You have to go through all these mods to make it work. You can wrap the GoPro in tin foil. You can put copper shielding on the inside of the quad, so it blocks the RF transmissions, and it's just a pain in the butt. I don't even fly with a GoPro anymore. You can find other cameras. There's a Mobius camera. You can get a little keychain cam, like an 808. I've had 10 flights one time where the GoPro didn't even affect the quad, and then on my 11th flight it wasn't even responding to my input in smart mode. So I just don't even mess with it no more. And I guarantee this is why some people are having flyaways, and then they lose an $800 setup, and that sucks. Definitely not GoPro compatible unless you're flying with the GPS off. Battery-wise, I'll use the Stockers. I like the way, they're nice. A little expensive. You can find cheaper ones. There's actually 2250s that will fit in there. I think they're Pulse. I'm not too sure, but you can look around for those. I fly with the stock. I like them. These are my 500X batteries. Look at that big Pulse. That thing's awesome. That thing flies great. There's my little headlight. I don't use that no more. I'm trying to keep the weight down. Alright, what else about this quad? Oh, bodies. The body on this thing, kind of junky in my eyes. It just breaks too easily. You have to be real careful with how you screw the screws into the motor mounts. Can't overdo it. Even with the props, you gotta just hand tight. But the bodies, they were on back order forever, especially when this thing first came out. So what I did was went to the F330 body. You can look that up on Hobby King. They're like $8 or $10 right now. Super cheap. It's actually lighter than the stock setup with this body, the white body. And basically the only modification you really have to do is the holes that it comes with, the 4 holes where the motor mounts go, where the motors are going to go. You have to just make them a little bit bigger. What I did was I grabbed a chainsaw file and basically just ran it up through the holes, filed the holes a little bigger, got some bigger screws than the stock, a couple washers, and it was ready to go. Now when you do something like that, you just have to find something to cover the electronics. The stock body, it is great protection, but you have to do what you have to do when there's none in stock. Other than that, man, I like the way this thing flies. It flies great. It's definitely worth the $400. You get a lot of features for that kind of money. You just have to do your homework with this thing a little bit, I feel like some of the flyaways and some of the stupid shit that happens I see on the forums are really user error, and it could have been prevented. So, always take your time when you're going out to fly and check everything over. Make sure everything's right. But for now, that's my little review on this awesome quad, and I'm out.